Hi, everyone, and welcome. I am Paula from Beyond the Maze, and today we are pulling back the curtain on something that's been a total game changer for allied health businesses, and that is called PracticeFlow. So, have you ever felt like that you're the bottleneck of your own practice, constantly juggling admin, chasing team members, or just flying by the seat of your pants every day? Then this is for you. So, I'm joined by one of our incredible team members, Shay, who's been deep in the trenches of helping bring Practice Flow to life with all of our clients. Together, we're diving into exactly how it works, what you can expect, and why building systems isn't just smart, but it's essential if you want to scale and not burn out, or even scale to sell, right? We'll talk about the model that we use, the process that we take clients through, and we'll share some real world wins and light bulb moments we've seen along the way. So, whether you're a clinic owner who's ready to take their hands off the wheel or someone who's just tired of doing it all, this conversation is going to show you what's possible when you get your back office that actually works for you. So, let's kick off. So, welcome, Shay. Tell us what exactly is Practice Flow and who is it designed for?
Thank you so much, Paula. So, PracticeFlow is our end-to-end operation system designed specifically for allied health clinic owners and NDIS providers. So, it's for those who are brilliant at their craft but find themselves buried in the day-to-day, juggling admin, managing staff, fixing problems as they pop up, and struggling to scale. PracticeFlow takes the chaos and turns it into a clear, streamlined system that runs without you needing to hold it all together.
And it's so important, especially for those businesses that do want to scale and grow their business, or at least we've had conversations with clients before around not necessarily scale to grow, but scale to sell as well. So, why did we create Practice Flow in the first place? What gap do you think we were seeing to bring that into play?
We kept seeing the same pattern. So, most of our clients, the clinic owners, were exhausted. They were stressed with the amounts of tasks that were piling up, team issues, and having no real visibility into what was actually happening into their business. So, they'd outgrown their old ways of working, but didn't have the time or headspace to fix it. Practice Flow was built to solve that gap, to give the business owners clarity, control, and the confidence to grow through strong systems and structure.
Absolutely. And I know me as a business owner, I've been in the business for 13 years and we've implemented all our systems and processes in the last few years. It's taken us a while to do it. And it's made such a difference in business in moving things forward. It's so different. It's amazing.
Yes.
Um, what kind of businesses do we typically help?
Well, we mostly work with allied health clinics and NDIS providers that are already successful and set up, but are a little messy behind the scenes. So they usually have a team of three or more, a solid revenue, but no real clear back of office systems. So think physios, OTs, psychologists, support workers, and multi practitioner clinics who know they need to scale but are stuck in a reactive mode. That's where we come in to help to clear it all up.
Yep, absolutely. And it's so good. And usually, once you've reached that a three or more team, you really do need that extra support. And things are just starting to come back to the business owner where they start becoming that bottleneck of the business. So that's why we sort of went, yep, this is where we need to and specialize in that allied health and NDIS space as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So, how does it work? So, walk us through the practice flow process.
So we've got three main phases, three core stages that we work through. The first is the review and align. So we start by understanding the current state of your business, what's going on, what's broken, where the real bottlenecks are. We do that by taking a deep look at your foundation and strategy and also your team. The second step is develop and document. We then build your practice flow engine. This is where it all starts. So, this is your systems, your SOPs, task management, and client workflows, and metrics tailored to how you work within your business. This includes operations and performance. And our third step is implement and integrate. So this is where we really get the motors running. So integrating the growth and resolution processes. So this includes training the team and embedding the flow into daily operations. So essentially putting all of the work that we have just done together into practice.
Yeah, awesome. And I can hear in your voice that this is the stuff that excites you.
It does. I love seeing businesses thrive and succeed, and that's what we're here for. We want to help take that stress away from you so you can get back to doing what you do best.
Yep, absolutely. So my famous saying is you do what you do best and we do the rest.
Yep,
Yeah, definitely makes a huge difference and hence why we created this practice flow system.
absolutely.
So how does practice flow help business owners get out of the bottleneck?
So it creates structure where there was chaos. We replace verbal instructions, messy inboxes, and random tasks with documented workflows, automated systems, and a clear operating rhythm. We understand that can be quite overwhelming for business owners because we know how the business runs is all in your head. So we help you document everything. Suddenly, the business owner doesn't need to be that central brain of the business anymore. They can lead instead of manage.
Yep, absolutely. And it's the goal of many business owners to want to do that. They didn't start a business to be managing people all the time and being that person that they need to go to all the time. Most business owners started their business because they wanted flexibility and they wanted to be able to live a life around their business, not have their business run them.
Yep.
And this is what we want to do. We want to see
Yep.
our clients thrive and have a great business so they can have a
Absolutely.
life as well.
Yes, that's what we want.
Absolutely. All right. So, how do we approach documenting the SOP? So, for those who don't know, standard operating procedures, if there's nothing in place.
All right, so we start it nice and slow. So we start with what's already happening, even if it's all in your head and your key players in your business. If it's all in your head, we start with that. So we extract those processes, record screen shares, we ask you questions, and slowly build a library of repeatable steps. It doesn't have to be fancy at first, it just has to exist so that your team has something to follow. And then we slowly develop and implement from there.
Absolutely. And we always say, if you're doing something more than once, document it because it just makes it so much easier and much more efficient.
Yes.
All right. So, can you tell me what the difference is between do it yourself and done with you / done for you?
Yeah, of course. So the DIY usually ends in frustration or delay because we know as business owners, you don't have the time or headspace to implement properly. So that's where we come in. We bring not just the strategy, but the capacity. We actually build it for you or with you. That's the game changer. Progress happens faster and you don't get stuck halfway.
100%. I was talking to a client the other day about this and they were saying, "Oh, I need this because I've been processing my business for years and I still haven't finished because I get distracted in the more important stuff that needs to be done." And this way we are implementing it for you. Yes, we might need some of your time to be in your head and get stuff out of your head, but we're behind the scenes doing it all for you to make sure it gets done and you don't get redirected onto something else.
Yes, absolutely.
So tell us about behind the scenes. What's the real work involved that people don't always see?
There's a lot of thought that goes behind every single step. Mapping out the workflows, planning user permissions, testing automation, internal communication flows. It's the details that make a system usable long term. So it's not just looking at your tech, it's the team, your change management, and making sure that the business owner isn't needed in the weeds anymore. So us working with you, getting all that information out of your head really helps with the behind the scenes.
And it's also like working with you and your team to make sure that your team can implement everything that we are doing as well. So,
Yes.
yeah, and it's not like if it doesn't work, that's okay as well. We're reviewing all of that all the time and going, well, why isn't this SOP being used because no one likes it. Nobody thinks it works for them. So
Yeah.
that's when we can look at it and go, okay, well, that needs to be reassessed.
Hmm.
Whereas being a business owner, you may not look at that space. You're coming to it from what you know, how you know it, and you may not see that it might work. Or worse still, you might get offended that it doesn't work, right? Because it's your business. It should work, but it doesn't work for
Yes.
everyone. So yeah, we can come in just very neutral and go, well, yeah, that doesn't work. Throw that out. Let's put this one in place instead and see if that works. And what kind of input do we need from the business owner and those key team players?
So we need their vision. So we need their pain points. We need their buy-in. This is where it becomes quite collaborative, and we love getting the information from you as the business owner, your team, and the key players in the business. They don't need to do the grunt work. That's our job, but we do need their leadership in making decisions and helping the team adapt to help it make a smoother transition. Because as you can understand, some businesses come to us and the changes are quite dramatic, and it is a really good thing. We work beside the team to make sure that that is smooth transition. And when they show up and back the process, everything clicks into place a lot faster.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I say to people, when I'm talking to people about practice flow, is that be prepared that you may lose team members over this. Because, and this is where that buy-in comes from it. Because, Shay, when we did this, we lost about half the team, right?
We did.
It was at first we sort of freaked out going, oh my goodness, what's happened? But now we look back and go, well, that was a good thing because now we've got the right people into place.
Yep.
They've got buy-in. They follow the procedures, you know what happened, and they give us feedback when those procedures aren't working
Yep.
because they go, no, that's not working for us. So then we go back and have a look at it. So people get worried, and I pre-warn people, they get worried about losing those team members because they have to go find others. But some people I thought we might lose. We didn't, and we just adapted. So it did work in the end. And
Yep.
so it's not about being scared about it. It's being having the business that you want and having the right people on team that will buy in and get the job done.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And how do we make sure those tools and processes that we implemented aren't just forgotten? Because a lot of the time you could put all this in place, put it in a OneDrive or a Dropbox or somewhere, and it never gets looked at again, like the old procedure manual that we used to be back in the day that used to shove in a corner.
Yes, absolutely. So we don't just set up the tools, we train the team. So we really do take that extra step of taking that worry of you having to manage the team and train them on the new systems. We help build the dashboards. We assign ownership and integrate them into the daily workflows amongst your entire team. So it's not just about launching all of these new changes, it's about embedding a new habit into the business and essentially testing the adaptability of your team, which we help you do. So we make it a part of how they operate. It's not just an extra thing on the side. So we make sure that everybody is on the same level, on the same playing field, and everybody's in it together.
Yeah, absolutely. And that comes into our last step in the model is just reviewing everything and making sure everyone's on doing the same thing and it's all working and identifying any of the roadblocks that we've come across and adapting. And just some examples so we can see how other practices have really put in practice flow and made things work for them. What are some aha moments that some business owners have had?
It's really hard to nail down just a few because we have a lot. But one of the biggest is when they realize how much they don't need to be involved anymore. When tasks are happening without their input, reports are showing up without chasing them. There's a mixed signs of relief and regret. Why didn't I do this sooner? So it is an amazing weight off the business owner's shoulders, which we thrive off seeing.
Absolutely. And it's scary for business owners to release that. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm not ready for that. And it's one of the questions that we do ask before we start. Are you ready to loosen the reins a little bit? Because
Yeah.
if you're not, you can't have those aha moments because
No.
you're too scared to let go of your baby, which is your business,
Yep.
which we completely understand. But you have to be prepared to let go of some things and let it work on its own if you want those moments.
Yes, absolutely.
And do you have any examples where one small system made a massive difference to a client?
Yes, we have a multi clinician business that we look after, and they simply didn't have a payment policy within their business. So you could imagine they were spending hours upon hours each week chasing funds, chasing invoices from payments from clients because they didn't have a simple payment policy and process in place. So we implemented that, set out this new process within the business, made sure all their clients were aware. We educated and trained their team amongst all the changes so that everybody was across the page. Within, I'd say, about a month, we estimated gathering up about 70% of their outstanding debtors payments, which was unreal for this client. And it saved us about 5 to 7 hours easy a week on chasing these payments, which opened the door for about 5 to 7 hours. That's a good maybe 3, 4 new clients that client was able to see a week, bringing in further revenue. So by implementing one simple payment system, that changed the client's life.
Yeah, absolutely. And you think about it with these bigger practices that have got 10 to 15 team members, and if they're all chasing money for their own clients, and we even save them enough hours to take on one new client each, that's another 10 to 15 clients a week across the board of the business, which would
Yep.
make a massive impact, right? Well and truly pays for practice flow and some. So definitely it's well worth it. And to see results like that, I know excites us a lot.
Absolutely. And we love to stress to the clients it may be such a small, simple process that we implemented, but the change is so much bigger.
Absolutely. It's that 1 degree of separation when you read about
Yes,
that's that 1 degree. If you change something 1 degree, it can send you on a completely different trajectory. So
100%.
yeah, absolutely. So if somebody wanted to sign up for Practice Flow, what can a new client expect from us when they start?
First off, they can expect us to lead, which is why you are coming to us. We're not handing them a template and then just walking away and saying, get it back to us before close of business on Friday. We drive the process. We stay in regular contact and we adapt to how your clinic works. We finish with a fully functioning operations system, something that they can rely on and scale with.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. And what kind of mindset makes a business a great fit?
As you said before, Paula, you've really got to be open to change, ready to delegate, and committed to stepping out of the day to day. If you're still stuck in the I have to do everything mindset, it's going to be tough. But if you want to lead and build a business that runs without you, you are the person that we want to work with.
Absolutely. You have to be able to let go a little bit. So even if you are still in that, I have to do everything mindset, but you're willing for us to work with you to change that, then we're open to talking to you as well, of course. But if you're like, nope, I have to do everything and I want burnout, I want to be the person they come to and all of that, then no,
Absolutely.
this will fail.
Unfortunately, not.
That's right, exactly. So if somebody's listening and thinks, "Oh, this sounds like what I need," what should they do next?
Reach out to us, book in a game plan session with us, and this is where we will look at where your business is now, where the friction is, show you what's possible. Whether you're ready to go all in or just want to explore what this could look like, we're here to help you get out of the bottleneck and back into the driver's seat. So, by booking in that game plan session, we do a deep dive into your business and we provide an action plan for you, but then we look at everything as a whole. So it really helps you evaluate, are you ready?
Yep, absolutely. Wonderful. So yeah, that game home session, it runs for about an hour, and we ask a series of questions, and as Shay said, you come out with an action plan. You can go and implement that action plan yourself, or you can come back to us and go, no, let's talk practice flow and see where we're at with that. But it's a great free session that you can have to have some other eyes on the business to see where you're at and assess where things are at right now and what might need to be done. So that's
100%.
great. Thank you so much for being with us today, Shay. You've definitely made us very excited about practice flow and how things can run in a practice and get really efficient.
No, thank you. I'm looking forward to working with the businesses who are finally ready to take that leap to get the help that they need because that is what we do best.
Absolutely agreed. All right, wonderful. Well, thank you everyone for being with us today. If you'd like to book in a game plan session, head over to the website, beyondthemaze.com.au, or click on the link below and you can book in a game plan session with us at a time that suits. Thanks very much. Bye for now.